waiting for a situation to change. Adverse situations out of the normal, acting without awareness, and the consequences. I guess consequences of not being patient, okay? So we've got patience, awareness of patience. Ooh. Three of Wands, he really wanted to stay out. It can. Now it does say moving forward, but it doesn't actually have to mean like physically moving. This is why the patience card is here, because when you are moving forward, you're only taking like baby steps, okay, to make sure that you're moving forward properly. This could cause problems because if you don't act patiently, then the consequences of the actions can bind you to certain things, and then we can end up in very frustrated situations where we find no choice but to walk away. So this is where patience is really important. I'll get a few more cards. Yeah, Nine of Swords. See, this is where we have to let go. It's the emotions that are driving us to be impatient. It's emotions that drive us to be impatient. But the awareness of the reason why we are impatient, they could be the adverse situations that I'm picking up here. This is a collective reading. This is not individualised to anyone. These are just downloads that I've received, and this is just messages that I'm speaking on. So yeah, I'm going to get a few of my own cards, my little download cards that I made. When I get these little thoughts in my head, I've been writing them down on cards. Maybe this could be a good way for us to gain patience as well, to kind of write down our feelings, or in the morning write a journal, or you know, at least do a little blessing ritual for yourself. You know, say a prayer, affirm to yourself. Look, awareness, just split the deck on awareness, and this is what we're saying about, you know, when we act without awareness and make these decisions, these rapid decisions, this is where we're going to fall kind of, you know, probably repeating same things. So this is where we're trying to redirect, okay, go on a journey of rediscovery of ourselves and what we can endure, and things like this, things that we shouldn't have to endure, things that we like, almost we have to take accountability for ourselves of what we're putting ourselves through by being impatient. And the awareness of these actions, yeah, will ultimately, what does that say? Vibrations, positive energy, inner peace. Emotional, this is what I was saying, the emotions is the reason why we are impulsive. The emotions is the reason why we don't have patience. And these could be happy emotions or sad emotions. If we're feeling happy, we might want to go out and socialise. If we're feeling sad, we might want to just ring somebody and speak to somebody. And who's the closest person that you're going to speak to is the person that you're probably not supposed to be speaking to. So this is where the inner peace will come in, because you'll be more satisfied and content within yourself that you are in a peaceful place, and affirming this to yourself. Maybe this could be an affirmation that you could say in the morning, you know, I am peace, I am prosperity, you know, I am joyful, you know, look, their past is not your concern. I don't even know what was written on these cards. Your past is, no. Well, your past is not their concern, and obviously their past is not your concern. You know, this is probably talking about baggage that we could bring into the situation. I'm going to leave that out. I'm going to leave the positive energy one out. And I'm just going to get some direct messages from the universe to just give us some clarity on this. So what's this? Past is not a concern. Trust the process. This connection is divinely timed. So if it is somebody, it could just be a waiting period that you're having to be patient in at the moment to be with this person, okay? Or it could also mean that it was divinely timed that you were taken away from the relationship, okay? Because we can look at it both ways. But ultimately you have to affirm to yourself that, you know, this hasn't failed, nothing has gone wrong. It's just a different path now that you're probably on. And if you're not on the same path, yeah, put yourself first. If you're on different paths, you're ultimately going to have to see where you're going, and probably this is why we're going to have to be patient in trying probably not to focus on what the other person is doing, because what they are doing is not your concern anyway. Your concern is yourself. Your concern is to put yourself first and make sure that you're looking good, smelling good, feeling good about yourself, working on yourself, making sure, you know, that ultimately you're focused on yourself. This says keep the door open. Okay, so just because something bad has happened with a situation, you don't have to close off to everybody, okay? Yeah, where one door closes, another one will open. Oh, love your shadow came out as well. You know, accept and work with the flaws inside yourself, okay? Well, you know, this is what we're saying about taking accountability of ourselves. Where did we let these things happen? And these are hard things to look at, but this is ultimately where we're going to get clarity over the deception, okay? Yes, probably someone was wearing a mask. But you need to think positive now, because your faith in yourself will ultimately emit a frequency that's going to attract someone who is on the same frequency as you. So this is why you need to keep the door open, love yourself first, and learn to accept the way that other people are, and that's just how it is. And then the connection will be brought into your life, okay? This is why you're going to stay optimistic. Leave your fears behind. Yeah, leave your fears behind. Your fears are stopping something from blossoming. So leave your fears behind, because ultimately you're stopping yourself from growing through this. So that was a message that I got, and I hope it helps anybody. If it does, please contact me wherever you can. And yeah, take care. Bye.